If you were at Midwest Haunch, you may have seen our Mr. Whiskers pet carrier. Show you how to make this pet carrier. So as you can see, it's a basic small pet carrier screwed together in the corners, so you can just take that off, pop the top off, the door just comes off, and here's what we have inside, which is our Minion running to a servo that hits a drill with an offset disc on it so that it can wobble through a hole cut in the bottom of the pet carrier. The drill portion, I cut away the regular trigger so the servo doesn't have to work very hard and just has to hit the button inside the trigger. The drill is also built onto two blocks so that it angles out of the hole, and then it is drilled into that. So there's actually a couple screws drilled to that piece of wood, and then that piece of wood is bolted to the plastic carrier. Brains behind the operation is the Minion Actor sound system. It has holes already cut into it for zip ties, so holes in that side, holes coming in this side, and then that's just wrapped through holes in the bottom of the box, and that's how the Minion is held into the pet carrier. Essentially, hit the button, and when you do that, it'll have the monster sound that I have turned down, and then the servo turns and hits the drill. Makes the disc go. The slightly more difficult part that you might need to know a little bit about is the Ethernet port and the output capability. This is a regular Ethernet jack. The red line is power. The opposite end is your ground, and then the one right next to that is a output.
The PDF is on your thumb drive, so what we have is a diagram showing the output wiring here. Wire 1 is power, and it shows you here on the chart below, power in and out. And then 8 is ground, which shows you down here in the chart, as well as ground. The one right next to that is the one I just said, is 7. It is a PWM output. The last 4 all have that capability to do servos. The wiring diagram is page 2, and we're using the one I just highlighted here for low power servo. And I just highlighted that over the bottom of the page here so you can see the difference. So 1 is power there, and you can see it on the wiring diagram right here. And connect that to number 2 on there, which is where the yellow wire goes to. 8 is your ground, which is the opposite end, and on the servo it just goes straight across. So there's ground on the wiring, and then ground to your servo connection. The next thing you have is 7, which is your output, and that's P00 or number 7 there. It's a PWM, so P00 on the wire. And then we got that as number 3, which is your input or your data. If you look down here, it's connected to standard connectors. The red on here is your power, which the red comes into. I believe brown was the ground, and yellow should be your information. So if you got the splicer and put that together and get a regular connector, that's how you get your output to your servo.